such a deafening silence. I never thought I would be so in vain. And the world can't revolve around your pretty face. Oh, but it should. It should. Yes, it should. They say the truth hurts, but you can't just give up hope. And I say I'm here for you if you ever need to let go. I've never think hard. Won't let you falter on your own. And the world can't revolve around your pretty face. Oh, but it should. It should. Yes, it should. You're in this fight alone. You think your heart is made of stone. You don't have to be a lone soldier. Won't let you falter on your own. And the world can't revolve around your pretty face. Oh, but it should. It should. Yes, it should. They say the truth hurts, but you can't just give up hope. And I say I'm here for you if you ever need to let go. Think then all think hard. You don't think won't let you falter on your own. And the world can't revolve around your pretty face. Oh, but it should. It should. Yes, it should. You're in this fight alone. You think your heart is made of stone. You don't have to be a lone soldier. Won't let you falter on your own. And the world can't revolve around your pretty face. Oh, but it should. Yes, it should.
Class? Settle down now. Settle down. I said settle down, you little rascals. You rascals, I swear. Welcome to Tactical Knowledge's School of Battling. I am your host, Imperator Davius, your fedora-wearing Reshiram, and I will be your professor for this class. Now, let's get on with these questions, shall we? Let's see what question we got here. I'm watching you in the back. I'm seeing you, Whipball. How dare you throw that thing into the ceiling? You little silly little punk, you little silly rascals, I swear. Tacticians are all the same. Little discipline. Alright, let's see. Jacob Ramirez asked, what's a good moveset for a timid-natured Tapu Koko? Well, you can't can't really say no to a timid nature Tapu Koko that knows Dazzling Gleam. Let's say maybe you discharge if you want to, hit everyone, and you got some sort of strategy that protects you from your own attack. And you can also go for maybe a Thunderbolt if you want to, maybe even Thunder if you happen to have like a rain setup or so. Oh, and I would not say no to. I forget. Does Tapu Koko learn Electro Ball? Maybe Electro Ball. Perhaps that would be a good strategy right there. Yes. And Mentality Powers asks, is Girafarig usable in battles? Well, of course Girafarig is usable in battles. I mean, well, come on. What do you say? Girafarig is a very good Pokemon. In fact, we're gonna look it up right now. Let's look up Girafarig. No, I'm not looking up a giraffe. Wait, is Girafarig a giraffe? I don't know. In any case, let's see. We got a Girafarig, and those are very good stats that Girafarig's got. Let's see. It's got his Sap Sipper as its hidden ability, Early Bird and Inner Focus. Well, those two abilities aren't gonna help, but we would definitely have to look at the Sap Sipper. So, if we're gonna go for a Sap Sipper Pokemon, such as for Girafarig, we can take Girafarig, turn it into a very good physical attacker, mixed physical, special defense. Oh, you rascals, I swear. I'm trying to teach out here and people are running around with motorcycles outside. Alright, so if we're going for a mixed physical, special attacking Girafarig, we can go for, I don't know, maybe a naive nature. So, give our Girafarig some very good moves such as Thunderbolt if we're going for some special attack. And we can give it Psychic for our special attack. And Zen Headbutt for our physical stab damaging attack move. And for our, if we're gonna go for our physical attacker, we can go for maybe an Astonish for our secondary attack, and we team it up with a Grass type to teach it some power boosts and such. That would make it a very good move. Shalanic asks, are you Middle Eastern? You sound Middle Eastern, but am I? Do you want detention from me, Shalanic? You rascal, I swear I'm gonna smack you. Jacob asks, is Tapu Koko and Therian Thunderous a good pair-up? And I guess so if you're going for the Prankster Thunderous. Sparky Superstar says those motorcycles ate the motorcycle gang outside Route 16 in Kanto. No, I don't think that. I think it's a different motorcycle group, but no, rascals, I swear. Give them detention, I swear! And I do trust you, Sparky Superstar, but you know what? This is class, and I'm trying to, educate you all and teach you all how to battle. It's just very simple. Alright, let's look at some. Let's see if we can get some other questions here. Does no one have any questions for me? Come on. I'm trying to teach you. Does anyone have any questions? Come on, some battling questions. Just ask. This is a bit of a lecture if you guys aren't going to ask me any questions. Well, I guess we can go maybe into something else, perhaps. Ah, here we go. Let's look at one of the most interesting things about the league game. Oh, wait, we got something here. Ramen Snail asks, is Zapdos and Garchomp a good doubles combo? Well, of course they're a very good combo. I mean, if you can get a Zapdos that happens to know Tailwind. Actually, I don't think Zapdos can learn Tailwind in Generation 6 or Generation 7. In Generation 6, maybe. Yes, if you give Zapdos Discharge, I think if Zapdos learns Discharge, it can most definitely be a good combo with Garchomp. Because after all, Garchomp is ground type, so it won't take any damage from Zapdos' Discharge, so that would be a very good combo. Yes, so that's the answer to your question, Ramen Snail. It's a very good doubles combo. At what level does Kanto Sandshrew learn a ground type move? That's a very good question. Apparently, it learns a ground type move at level 1, and that is Sand Attack. But if you're looking for an offensive ground attack move, the first ground type move that it learns at level 14 is Magnitude, with Sand Tomb being at level 23, Dig at level 30, and Earthquake at level 46, not counting any TMs and such. What is a recommendable pair up for doubles battles? That is a very broad question, Galactic Pokewatch. That is a very broad question. You can really pair up any Pokemon for a doubles battle. It all depends on, do they work together? Do they conflict with each other? Do their abilities, moves work together? You know, I would say if you happen to have a Trick Room set up, I wouldn't say no to an Earthquake and a Discharge combo from, say, a Mudsdale and I believe, what was that other one? Vikavolt, there we go, Vikavolt, there we go. You know, Discharge from Vikavolt won't hurt Mudsdale, and Mudsdale Earthquake won't hurt Vikavolt because of the, well, one of them being a ground type and the other one levitating. What is a good moveset for a modest Delmise? That's a very interesting question. Let's look up Delmise and let's see what we can find you. Oh boy, it doesn't have a lot of special attack there, but if we're gonna go for a modest natured Delmise, we could probably go with a Giga Drain for stab damage with special attack. Shadow Ball for, well, we get the Shadow Ball for some additional damage. Maybe if we want to, we can go for something along the lines of maybe, yeah, I think we can go for maybe Hydro Pump if we happen to have a Hydro Pump. Does it learn Hydro Pump? No, it doesn't learn Hydro Pump. No. Oh, but it does learn Flash Cannon, so that is that's a good move, and it does know Surf as well, so that's a very good move. We could use that. Of course, if we want to, we can go for an Energy Ball for a grass attack, or even Sludge Wave. That would be a very good move as well. Very good moves. Although I wouldn't say no to a Hyper Beam, but that's just me. What's a good battle tree team for doubles? Well, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I myself made it to the 50th battle using a Pheromosa Tapu Lele combo, starting off with one with a Choice Specs. It was a Choice Scarf. No, it was Choice Specs. Yes, no, it was actually Choice Scarf and Phytium Z. Yes, that's what I was going for. And then having a Milotic with Leftovers and Competitive Nature. And I think the other one was, what was the other one? No, it was a Choice Scarf. No, it was a Choice Specs Tapu Lele with a Choice Scarf Serena and a Phytium Z Pheromosa and a Leftovers Milotic. There we go. Leftovers Milotic, that's what it was. Competitive ability, yes, that's what it was. That's a good doubles team for the battle tree. What is the best use for a Noctowl in a single or double with a Trick Room partner? Well, that's a very interesting thing. I mean, Noctowl is a very fast Pokemon, I think. We're gonna look it up right now really quick. It's a somewhat speedy Pokemon, not the best use for a doubles team Pokemon. Or not a doubles team, I mean a Trick Room Pokemon. If we're gonna go for a Trick Room, Noctowl, we need a quiet-natured Noctowl, preferably with 0 IVs in speed. If we can't have that, well, we gotta work with what we've got. So one thing we could do is run maybe a Toxic Orb or Flame Orb. Yes, there we go. A Flame Orb. A Flame Orb, what, did I just say Flame Orb 4 times? Yes. Flame Orb Noctowl with Psycho Shift as its ability and Protect. And we're gonna go with, I think, maybe perhaps a Confide if we want to. Swagger if we want to really mess with our opponent. And what we're gonna be doing with this is going to be putting the burn that we suffer onto an opponent as many times as possible using Noctowl. To, keep the burns going with its Psycho Shift ability. Yes, there we go. That would be a very good set. That would be a very good Noctowl for, Trick Me. What is your opinion on Drampa? I don't know. I've never trained one before, so I guess not really much of an ability? Yes, it was... No, not much of an ability. The Mentality Powers asks, Teacher, can we use a support shift ride, or is it a bad idea? Well, I don't know about that. I mean, shift ride is not exactly known for being a very, very good support Pokemon. It's more, designed for... It prefers to, smack opponents down and smack them down. That's what I'm trying to go. But if we want to go for a support shift ride, the best thing we could do is give it maybe Whirlwind, perhaps. Yes, maybe Whirlwind. Teach it Rock Tomb if we want to slow them down. Yes, slow them down as much as possible. Fling if we happen to have, like, say, a King's Rock and so on. We can also go for maybe a Leech Seed if we want to. Yes, Leech Seed. Worry Seed if we also want to do that. We can also go for Defog. Get rid of any spikes on the floor, toxic spikes, or Stealth Rocks. There we go. Yes, get rid of those if we want to. These are very interesting moves. I mean, that's what we could do if we want to do that kind of a supporting shift drive. We want to go for that. Is an Alolan Ninetales with Snow Warning and an Alolan Sandslash with Slush Rush good for doubles? Well, of course they're good for doubles. You put the Alolan Ninetales out, set up the Snow Warning, and then with the Alolan Sandslash with Slush Rush. It's a very dangerous combo. Very, very dangerous. It's a very good combo right there. Very, very good combo. How good would Fire and Thunder Fang be for a Crocodile from the Weakness Cup? Well, you kind of need that Crocodile if you want to get rid of opponents, and I wouldn't say no to a Thunder Fang or Fire Fang, especially if you want to get rid of, those Shedinjas I know are going to be in the competition. You need as much help as possible. Of course, you could just get rid of them entirely by, setting up Sandstorm and stuff. I mean, you can't really save them. They don't have any other they can't carry any other items besides a weakness policy or the berries, but that's all they can carry, so you can't really save them from the sandstorm. Once the sandstorm gets up, they're kind of dead. That's what you can do right there. Hey, who's playing with Yu-Gi-Oh cards in my class? No, you can't use that. No cards. Is a high jump kick boosted by the Reckless ability? Yes. High jump kick will get a damage boost increase because of Reckless ability. That is what you can do with it, yes. The thoughts on this Togekiss setup. The moveset, a Thunder Wave, Air Slash, Roost, Dazzling Gleam with the ability Serene Grace, and a held item of King's Rock. It is a very, very toxic. That is a nasty, nasty, nasty Togekiss there. I said Toxickiss. Oh my goodness. But you really don't need the King's Rock. I mean, honestly, you don't need King's Rock. The Serene Grace is all you really need. And you don't really increase your flinch chances if a move is already flinched. That is very nice there, yes. That is a very dangerous Togekiss. Hey, who's bringing Digimon cards? What are you doing? What are you kids doing in my class? What is a good Pokemon to do single battles? It is a very, very broad question. Personally, I'd bring in a Pheromosa, but that's just me. Pheromosa really is a very powerful Pokemon in singles. It doesn't have to worry about, other opponents outspeeding it or so. You can get your Pheromosas all powered up and such. So much flinching, yes indeed. Surrounded Snail, very flinching. JP asks, When can I use polymerization to infuse Zekrom and Reshiram? What? This is not Yu-Gi-Oh! You little rascals, I swear! What kids these days? Alright! Pop quiz! Alright, here is your pop quiz. I'm typing it now in chat. Is it A. Sarina, B. Tapu Lele, or C. Bruxish? And time. The correct answer is A. Sarina. The reason why I use the Queenie Majesty ability over Tapu Lele's Psychic Terrain is because while Psychic Terrain does indeed protect against priority moves, it will not protect Pokemon that are flying or have the ability Levitate. That is the difference between Sarina's Queenly Majesty and Psychic Terrain. While Psychic Terrain will last longer and does offer the same kind of protection, it does not protect flying type Pokemon and does not protect Pokemon that are levitating or have the move. Yes, they do not. If they are levitating, and by that I mean they have the ability levitate, they will not be protected by the terrain. They don't get the benefits of the terrain. So a Pokemon can still be faked out if it is flying, and if it's a flying type, it will still be faked out, even under the effects of Psychic Terrain. But Queenly Majesty does not have those downsides. As long as Serena is on the field and has Queenly Majesty, you don't have to fear any such priority moves. What is the best? Sir Lanek asks, what is the best solution against a Weavile with a Razor Fling in Battle Tree? Well, I would just recommend bringing in like a Pheromosa. There's nothing faster than a Pheromosa besides a Ninjask. Oh my goodness, I'm Ninjask, and of course Ninjask and Deoxys. Those are the only two Pokemon that are faster than a Pheromosa. So if you bring in a Pheromosa, you can outspeed pretty much everything the Battle Tree has, except for Choice Scarf Pokemon, and we've all been there. We've seen that Choice Scarf Rock Slide Aerodactyl. Hey, Darkrai, no bringing in Yu-Gi-Oh cards. How dare you bring Yu-Gi-Oh cards to my class? Is careful a good nature for Kyurem? Yeah, well, I think so. Let's take a look at the natures. Let's take a look at the natures. So, a careful-natured careful-natured Kyurem. You increase your special defense, but decrease your special attack. Okay, so then we're gonna look at Kyurem. You increase your special defense but you decrease your special attack. That's not exactly the best natured for... Yeah, that's not the best nature for a Kyurem. You got a really strong special attack stat. Kyurem is basically Reshiram and Zekrom's fused form, or final form, yeah. And that's what it does. No, careful nature is not a good... Careful nature is not a good nature for Kyurem. Blaze, you are late for class! You are late for class! I'm the teacher who is the principal. What are you asking such silly questions for? Silly JP. Bad JP. Stop asking such silly questions. So are Pokemon more successful at certain strategies with different natures or something? Yes, actually, very much, Sparky Superstar. You see, my speed swap Pheromosa strategy is pretty much a strategy that would work with all the Pheromosas, except for those that have a speed decreasing nature. Yeah, because you need as much. You're gonna swap your full speed with the chosen target. So if you're gonna go for a speed swap Pheromosa strategy, I'm just using this as an example. You'd want to get as much speed as possible, so a naive-natured Pheromosa would be your best bet since it increases the speed nature. And you're obviously not going to be using your defenses very much because you have very, very poor defenses and there's a dog. Who brought the dog in the class? Who let the dog in the class? I didn't say you could bring Furfros or Houndooms or Houndours. The dog is out of here. Sick dog. Are you a Zekrom? What? Do I look like a Zekrom? JP asks, what was your favorite battle against me? Really? What are you asking me that for? I like all battles. I can't remember any real particular battle. Maybe, no, I don't remember all of them. Which Pokemon is the best with Leaf Blade? Oh, any grass-type Pokemon with a really strong physical attack is a really good Pokemon with Leaf Blade. I myself was run a Swords Dance Leafeon with Chlorophyll under sunlight, and let me tell you, that thing can do some serious damage. My Leafeon, she really is powerful with the Leaf Blade. Is docile a good nature for Zekrom? It's a neutral nature. I mean, it doesn't offer anything. I mean, if you don't care about what your stats are gonna be, then yeah, docile nature is a good nature. Personally, I run an adamant nature Zekrom, but that's just me. Hey, no throwing airplanes in class, Nebby. You're not my Nebby. You don't get special privilege. Kyurem, your what? What are you kids asking me for? I'm only here for 30 minutes a day for these classes, and you asking me such silly questions? I swear, this is not how you're supposed to ask. This is supposed to be about answering questions about battles and such, asking for strategies and so on, and you're asking me about silly questions about my personal life. Honestly, kids these days, rascals, I swear. No, don't even think about sneaking out of class, Galactic Pocket Watcher. I'm watching you. What inspired this channel, Limpy? Well, I've always wanted to share my knowledge about video game tactics and such. That's how it always started. Is naive nature a good for Vikavolt? No! Vikavolt is so slow. It doesn't get anything. Why would you put naive nature on Vikavolt? That is such a horrible nature for Vikavolt. Vikavolt is a very slow Pokemon. It does not have much speed. So that doesn't exactly offer you good work, and you lose defense strength with that. So unless you're fighting against other Vikavolts and there's no trick room, that's not the best nature you can have. Alright, class! Alright, settle down, class! I will see you all next time for more asking questions and answering questions. I will see you all later for some weakness cup battles. I will imperative obviously go Fedora Reshiram, and I will see you all next time. Toodaloo!